In the quiet, meticulous world of stop-motion animation, where every frame is a deliberate act of creation, the studio known as Laika continues to stand apart. Their latest project, titled Wildwood, arrives as a bold declaration of what handmade artistry can achieve when technology races ahead with digital shortcuts. An exclusive featurette offers a rare glimpse behind the curtain of this production, revealing not just the technical demands but the philosophical heart that drives the entire endeavor. Travis Knight, the film's director as well as the studio's CEO and president, speaks with clear affection for the medium itself. He describes the unique satisfaction of stop-motion work, the way one can literally observe the hands of artists bringing something to life frame by frame. Everything visible on screen has been crafted by human hands, shaped from materials that begin as inert and end as living characters. That physical process, he suggests, carries a weight and presence that other forms of animation cannot fully replicate. The studio's journey began years earlier with Coraline, a film that already demonstrated remarkable visual accomplishment. In the time since that debut, the team has advanced dramatically. Techniques and effects once considered nearly impossible have become routine. That accumulated mastery has led directly to Wildwood, which Knight calls the most expansive, ambitious, and epic film the studio has ever undertaken. The scale of the production, the complexity of the environments, and the emotional range demanded of the puppets all push beyond previous boundaries. The story itself draws from a 2011 book by Colin Meloy, frontman of the Decembrists, and illustrator Carson Ellis. It follows two young classmates who venture into a mysterious magical forest lying just outside Portland. The featurette shows the main characters encountering a figure known as the Bandit King of Wildwood, voiced by Mahershala Ali. In one sequence, the character reflects on a proud and majestic past now reduced to the label of bandits, a line that carries both dignity and quiet sorrow. Knight places particular emphasis on the meaning of this handmade approach in the present moment. At a time when entire worlds can be generated with a mouse click and videos produced from a simple prompt, the decision to create a stop-motion film feels like a quiet act of rebellion. When audiences connect emotionally with characters they know are puppets, objects made of silicone and plastic, they are in fact connecting with the animator who has given those forms life. That connection, Knight insists, is genuine magic. He closes the featurette with a firm assertion. Wildwood is by far the most challenging project the studio has taken on, and he believes it will also prove the most beautiful. The film marks Laika's sixth feature, following earlier works that established the studio's reputation for inventive storytelling and meticulous craft. The voice cast includes Carey Mulligan, Awkwafina, Angela Bassett, Jake Johnson, Charlie Day, Amandla Stenberg, Jermaine Clement, and others, adding further depth to the world being built. The production process itself rewards patience and precision. Each puppet must be designed, sculpted, painted, and articulated so that the slightest shift of a joint or tilt of a head can convey emotion. Sets are constructed at miniature scale yet must support the full weight of narrative ambition. Lighting is adjusted frame by frame. Camera movements are calculated with exacting care. The result is an image that feels tactile, present, and alive in a way digital imagery often struggles to match. Wildwood setting, a magical forest bordering the ordinary world, allows the animators to explore contrasts of light and shadow, natural growth and hidden danger, innocence and hard-won wisdom. The young protagonists move through landscapes that shift between wonder and threat, their journey shaped by encounters with characters who carry their own histories and motives. The Bandit King sequence hints at themes of lost glory and reluctant leadership, suggesting a story that balances adventure with quieter reflections on identity and belonging. Knight's comments also speak to a larger conversation about creativity in an age of rapid technological change. The ease of digital tools can sometimes obscure the value of labor that is slow, physical, and imperfect. Stop motion insists on the visible trace of the human hand. It invites the viewer to notice the slight variations in texture, the subtle imperfections that prove a living artist has been present. That awareness, Knight suggests, deepens the emotional bond between audience and character. The featurette does not merely showcase technique. It situates the work within a continuum of craft that stretches back through the studio's earlier films while pointing forward to new possibilities. What once required extraordinary effort has become part of the ordinary toolkit, freeing the team to pursue greater narrative and visual scope. Wildwood stands as the culmination of that progress, a film that aims to be both the largest and the most carefully realized expression of the studio's philosophy. The release is scheduled for theaters in late October. Until then, the exclusive featurette serves as both invitation and statement, an affirmation that the quiet rebellion of handmade animation still matters, that beauty can still be coaxed from silicone and plastic, and that the most ambitious stories sometimes require the slowest and most deliberate methods of telling. Expanding on these ideas reveals further layers. The physicality of the puppets demands that every gesture be considered in advance. An animator cannot rely on software to smooth a motion or correct an error after the fact in the same fluid way digital processes allow. Each decision is permanent once the frame is captured. That constraint fosters a different kind of creativity, one rooted in planning, rehearsal, and acceptance of the medium's inherent limits. Those limits in turn become strengths. The slight tremble of a hand, the imperfect weight of a footstep, the way light catches a painted surface. All of these details accumulate into a presence that feels earned rather than generated.